Hey friends, welcome. Have you ever gazed up at the stars on a clear night and felt a sense of wonder? Have you ever experienced a longing for something more, something beyond the limits of this life? That feeling isn't random. Deep within each of us is a God-given awareness that this life is not the end. And today, I want to speak with you about heaven, a place of unimaginable beauty and peace, promised to us by God. So, what does the Bible say about heaven? What does it mean for us? And how should it shape the way we live today? Let's take a journey together to explore the truth about heaven so that we may leave here inspired, encouraged, and filled with hope. Let's jump in. Heaven is a real place. The Bible describes heaven as a real physical place. Jesus reassured his disciples in John. He said, "In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, for where I am, you may also be." Now imagine that. Wow. Jesus, who loves us deeply, has personally gone ahead to prepare a place for us. Now, heaven isn't just an abstract idea or a spiritual state. It's a home, tailor-made by the Creator for us personally. Now, picture the most beautiful scene you've ever witnessed on earth. Now imagine a place where every detail is perfected beyond anything we could ever dream. That's heaven. A place where love, beauty, and peace are boundless. Heaven is where God dwells. What makes heaven so extraordinary? It's not the streets of gold or the pearly gates. Those are awe-inspiring images described in Revelations, I understand that, but what makes heaven truly magnificent? And I think that what makes heaven truly magnificent is it's the dwelling place of God himself. In Revelation we understand that, "And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, 'Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them as their God.'" Now, heaven is where we will experience God's presence fully and completely. On earth we catch glimpses of God's presence through worship, prayer, and creation. In heaven, there will be no barriers at all. No sin, no distractions, only perfect communion with him. It will be the fulfillment of our deepest longing to know and be known by our Creator. Heaven is a place free of pain and suffering. So life on earth is often marked by pain, grief, and heartache. But God promises that heaven will be entirely different. In Revelations, he offers one of the most comforting descriptions of heaven. It states, "He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away." Now, think about the struggles you faced or the burdens you're carrying now. Imagine a place where those things simply don't exist. There will be no sickness, no anxiety, no broken relationships, only healing, joy, and peace. This is the ultimate restoration that God has planned for us. And here's the beautiful part, as if the other part wasn't beautiful itself. But God himself will wipe away our tears. It's a personal and tender promise from a loving Father. He cares deeply about our pain, and he has prepared a future where all suffering will be forever gone. Heaven is the reward of faith. Well, heaven is a gift. It's not automatic. The Bible makes it clear that the way to heaven is through faith in Jesus Christ. It states, "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast." And this means we don't have to earn our way into heaven by being perfect or doing enough good deeds. Instead, it's offered freely to those who trust in Jesus, who died and rose again to make a way for us. Heaven is the reward of faith, and faith says, "I believe in you, Jesus. I trust your promises." And this is a liberating truth because we don't have to carry the weight of trying to deserve heaven. Instead, we can rest in the assurance that Jesus has already done the work to prepare the way for us. Heaven is a place for everyone who believes. One of the most beautiful aspects of heaven is its inclusivity. Revelations gives us a glimpse of what heaven will look like when it says, "After this I looked, and behold, a great multitude that no one could number, from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes, with palm branches in their hands." Heaven will be a place of incredible diversity, it sounds like. People from every culture, every background, every corner of the earth coming together in unity to worship God. This shows us that God's invitation to heaven is open to all. No one is excluded because of their past, their race, or their status. The only requirement is faith in Jesus. So this truth really should inspire us to live our lives as lives of love and inclusivity here on earth, reflecting the heart of God. Obviously, He desires that no one should perish, but that all should come to eternal life. And friends, the promise of heaven is not just a future reality. It's a hope that can transform our lives today. When we face hardships, when we grieve, when we wonder if it's all worth it, we can hold on to the truth that the world is not our final destination. Heaven is real. It is our home, our hope, and our future. But heaven is also an invitation. God invites us into a relationship with Him now, so that we may experience the joy of His presence and the promise of eternity. Will you accept that invitation? Will you allow the promise of heaven to shape the way you live, love, and trust God today? As we part, I want to encourage you to reflect on these questions. What would my life look like if I lived with heaven in mind? How can I share the hope of heaven with others around me? And let this promise of heaven fill your heart with peace and inspire you to live with purpose, knowing that our eternal home is secure in God's hands. Thank you, and may God bless you as you walk with the hope of heaven in your heart. Tomorrow we're going to discuss 1 Corinthians chapter 1. I can't wait to see you. I'm going to be looking for you specifically because I love these conversations we have, and I can't wait to go through the next chapter. I think it's going to be beautiful. Take care of yourself, friends. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.